Hello you guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video. Today's video I have a pretty big yarn haul as well as a few other business items haul to share with you guys. Plus at the end of this video I have a lot of updates to share with you guys as far as my life in general and then business wise. So stay to the end for that, but in case you don't care about the updates, I'm going ahead and showing you all the yarns first. So as always, any yarns that I can of course find online links for, I will link them below for you, but in general I will tell you the stores in case they aren't available online. So these yarns have been accumulating here in my yarn room for a while, and I've just been meaning to sit down and share with you all of them. So for that reason, this might be kind of a long haul, but I'm gonna go in what I think is chronological order. So first we have Dollar Tree, which I know this was actually a while ago, like a long while ago that I bought these yarns, and they've been sitting in the corner, and I actually could have included them in like previous yarn hauls and forgot about this until I was cleaning up this room. So it's now included in this yarn haul even though this was quite a while ago. Actually, I have the receipt in here so I can tell you when I bought these yarns. On 3/20, so March 20th, and it's now June 5th as I'm sitting here filming this, so been quite a while. But anyways, Dollar Tree, so every single one of these skeins was $1.25, and normally you guys are used to seeing me get just chenille yarns from Dollar Tree, but I actually found this new yarn and I've still yet to use it because I've yet to film this haul for you guys. So I'm gonna actually try it out now that I am showing you the yarns in this haul. But anyway, this is a new yarn to me. This is called Handmade Chenille Yarn, and I believe the brand is just called Handmade and then it's chenille yarn. So this is 50 grams, 1.76 ounces, 100 meters, 109 yards, 100% polyester, considered a medium weight 4, suggest 5mm knitting needle or 6mm crochet hook. And I don't think they have any color names or anything, but this is the pale pink color, and I got 2 of each color that I'm going to show you. So there's this pale pink one, then we have a dark pink one, then we have red, which I really love how bright this red is. It's almost coming off a little like orangey on camera. I feel like it's definitely a true like red color in person though. Then we have 2 whites and these 2 light purples. If I'm remembering correctly, they had one more pink shade, but it was pretty similar to this pale pink, so I didn't pick that one up, but otherwise I did get all the shades that they had at this Dollar Tree I happened to be at, which I've been to Dollar Tree since and actually haven't seen this. So I'm guessing it's just a thing at select Dollar Trees. So I don't know. If you guys have seen this, let me know. Let me know if you've tried it as well. I'm gonna try it and I'll probably make a reel off of what I think of it and maybe even do a little comparison to just chenille, since that is the other chenille yarn you can find at Dollar Tree. But yeah, from what I can tell, it's very nice and soft. I will say it is smaller than pretty much any chenille yarn I've ever used. Even smaller than just chenille, and just chenille is pretty small. So it suggests 6mm hook. I definitely would not use that. I would probably do like a 3, honestly. It is very small. So that is these yarns though. Next, we're going to move on to Premier Yarns. This is a smaller order than what I typically do, but it is pretty jam-packed in this box. And this is just a restock on some colors that I needed of Parfait Chunky. So, breakdown for Parfait Chunky. it is 131 yards, 120 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 100% polyester, super bulky number 6. Suggests 8mm crochet hooks or knitting needles. And just so you guys know, by the way, for Premier Yarns, I do have a 10% off link. As always, it's in the description of every single one of my videos. I do believe it only works for your first purchase from Premier Yarns, but if you've never purchased from them and you want to try them out, you can get that 10% off link, and then it gives me their reward points. So whenever I do orders like this, I basically get most of my yarn for free because of you guys using the link, and then I get the points and can redeem it as gift cards. So thank you in advance if you use my link, or thank you if you ever have used it. I really appreciate it because it gives me free yarn, which of course you can't beat that. So anyways though, this is the color Bubblegum, which I only got one of. Next we have the color Mango, which again I got one of. Normally I would get 2 of like every color that I'm buying, but for this haul I just kind of went through my shelf back here and looked at ones that I didn't have 2 or more of, and then got enough to have at least 2. So anyways though, next this is the color Ruby, which again only one of these. Next we have Bright Pink, and then everything else I got 2 or more of. So next we have Tangerine, which I got 2 of. Then we have Shell, which I got 2 of. And finally we just have black and white ones. So I have 3 in this bag and then 2 separate of black. If you guys saw my last video that I posted, it was my horror Comic-Con vlog and then breakdown. And I used a lot of black for a lot of those characters, and I will continue to be using a lot of black to restock a lot of those characters for some of my upcoming events. So I need a lot of the black. So that's why we have so much black here. And then white is also a popular color for a lot of those characters, so I ended up getting 4 skeins of white. So that is all for the Parfait Chunky and the Premier Yarns. Next we're going to move on to Amazon, which this is kind of a random assortment of things. Actually no yarn. I pretty much never get yarn from Amazon because it's almost always cheaper at other stores than it is on Amazon, but I do buy a lot of my other business supplies and crochet supplies on there. So I always like to include those in hauls whenever I can. Sometimes I can't, like if it's a pack of safety eyes and I'm completely out of that size, then I go ahead and start using it and I never show you guys that I bought it. But I try to keep things restocked enough to where I'm buying them like a month or so before I actually need them, and then I can still share them with you guys in a haul. So anyways, in this box we have some bags. So if you guys have seen, again, my market videos, obviously I give bags out to customers, and I specifically use these clear bags because it's a good way at markets for customers to see your products when other people are walking around with them. So if somebody buys a little crochet bee and it's inside one of these bags and somebody else is walking around, they'll be like, there's a crochet vendor here, I want to go find them, or oh, that's so cute, I need to go get one of those. Hopefully is what people think as they see it in somebody's bag. They're a little more expensive than the bags I was using before, but I think it's worth it to have the advertising. So I got 4 packs of these. I think I have about a half a pack left, so I definitely needed to restock on those. And then finally I have just a thing of 20mm safety eyes. So I've obviously been making a lot of stuff with 20mm eyes and needed to restock on that. So that's all for Amazon, and the final store is Joann, which I have a ton to share with you guys. So for the most part, I've been trying to keep myself out of Joann because I've been using actually a lot more Premier Yarns recently. Just because I've been making more characters, and then I feel like the characters come out better in Premier Yarns because I have more similar color options, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example. So these Parfait Chunkies, these are 2 different pinks, obviously, but there are like at least 3 or 4 other different pinks as well in Parfait Chunky. So if I'm trying to make some sort of character that has a bunch of different pink shades in it, I have a lot more options in Parfait Chunky than I do in a lot of other yarn brands. So for that reason, I've been using a lot more Parfait Chunky in the recent times. I was gonna say recent future, that doesn't make sense. In the recent past, I guess. But anyways, so just as an example, those are the 2 pinks I bought this time, obviously, but I've been using them a lot more, trying to keep myself out of Joann because I've been using Parfait Chunky more, so trying to buy what I'm using. But I stopped by Joann actually on Memorial Day weekend, and I didn't get anything from the Memorial Day sales, but I did get a bunch of stuff that was on clearance. This specific Joann, I don't know what it was, but they had tables of clearance yarn. I actually got a video of it, so I can insert it in this video so you can see. It was just on my phone, so it's, you know, not gonna be like my camera quality or anything, but I was so shocked by all of the clearance they had out, and they had quite a few of the shelves that they looked like they were putting new yarns on. So actually, I think next time I'm in the area of that Joann, I might go again just to see what those new yarns were that they were putting there. But anyways, I got a lot, so I need to quit rambling and show you all of that. Okay, first we have a lot of these Burnett Blanket ombre yarns. So Burnett Blanket is by Yarn Inspirations, and the breakdown for it is 100% polyester, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 220 yards, 201 meters. Super bulky number 6, suggest 8mm knitting needles or crochet hook. So whether it's the ombre skeins that are in cake form or the skein size, all the breakdowns are the same. So I'm only going to give you that breakdown once since I bought so many of these. But this is the color Burgundy Ombre, which I am such a fan of. I don't know if you guys know this, but red is like my favorite color ever. Surprisingly. I mean, the Katie Bean Creative Pink is like my 2nd favorite color, but red, especially like a deep red like this, is probably my favorite color. So love these. And I think pretty much every single one of these skeins was $6.97, which if you guys are familiar, these are normally $11.99 regular price. So these were all basically half off since they were on clearance. So I was very excited about that. Oh, you guys, I actually forgot that in the same Amazon order, but it got delivered separately, I had some more safety eyes and they were shoved in this Joann bag. So we have a bag of 16mm and then 2 bags of 10 because I'm almost completely out of 10, and then 16 I use a bunch of as well. So anyways, that's actually all now from Amazon, and we're gonna go back to Joann. Next we have another ombre. Again, this was $6.97. This one is the color Cool Purple Ombre, which again I think is so pretty. I got 2 of them. And finally, for the ombre Burnett blankets, we have Dusty Rose Ombre, which again I think is super pretty. So all those were basically half price, $6.97 instead of $11.99. And now I also have some regular skeins of Burnett Blanket. Again, these are the same breakdown as far as the skein size and all of that. And the price, actually, all of it is the same. So this one is Cloudy Sky, which I'm not sure if I have anywhere. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere in my stash back here, which I think pretty much all my blanket yarn is back there right now. So yeah, I don't have this color. So I was like, you know what? Never used it before, so now that it's on clearance, I'm gonna get it. So that's what I did. Next we have 2 of this color called Silver Steel, which is just a multi-gray color, which I feel like a multi-gray color is good for so many different animals. So I always love a good multi-gray. You can do all kinds of sea creatures like whales, octopus, stingrays, all kinds of those, or you can do land animals like rhinos and elephants, and pretty much there's a lot of animals in the world that are gray. And I feel like a multi-gray is really cute with all of those animals. So I always love a good multi-gray. And again, I think this is one that I don't own. So I got those 2. Then we have, which I know I've used this color before, or at least I have it. I don't know if I've actually used it, but I do have it. It's back, you can't really see it. It's right there. Anyways, this is the color Smooth Sailing, and I do really think it's pretty, so I decided to go ahead and get it while it's on clearance. Yet again, recurring theme, obviously. And final Bernat yarn is this baby blanket one, which every time I go to this Joann, all of their baby blanket skeins are in this plastic, which is interesting to me because I think every other Joann I've been to, they either don't get it in the plastic or they take it out of the plastic when they put it on the shelves. But anyways, this is so soft. Oh my goodness. This is the color Mellow Yellow, which is a yellow shade that I don't think I own. Yeah, I don't, because I own, I think it's School Bus Yellow in Bernat Blanket Brights, and then I always get Buttercup in Bernat Baby Blanket. And then I get Sunburst or something like that. It's Sun something is the name in regular blanket. So anyway, this is Baby Blanket and it's Mellow Yellow. So it's more of like a fall yellow instead of like a bright summer yellow, you know? But again, decided to get it because I've never got it before, so why not? I feel like yellow is another one of those colors where you could never have too many shades of it when it comes to yarn. So that is all for the Bernat blankets. So now we're gonna move on to some other types of yarn, which, yeah, all of the rest of the yarns I got are yarns I've also never tried before. So now that I am filming this haul, I will be trying them at some point. So this I'm very excited to use because I've wanted to buy it so many times and just never done it because I didn't know if I would like it, and now I'm like, it was on clearance, now is the time to figure out if I'm gonna like it. So this is Bernat Velvet Plus. So this is like the fluffy velvet, which I have been loving fluffy yarn recently. So that was another reason I was like, okay, I think now would be a good time to try this as well, because I've gotten used to fluffy yarn in other brands. So breakdown for this is it is 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 78 yards, 71 meters, 100% polyester, super bulky number 6, suggest 9mm knitting needles or 9mm crochet hook. And this is the color Seafoam. So I got 2 of these. Also, something I'm noticing, every single one of these skeins has 2023 as the date on them. So I'm guessing that must be why they were on clearance, is they're trying to get rid of stuff from 2023, which 2023 was just like 6 months ago. So I feel like it's not that long for them to have product, but maybe it is. I don't know. I don't own a big yarn company, so I don't know. Anyways, that's the only thing that all of these seem to have in common. So I'm guessing that's probably why. Next we have 3 skeins of this gray color in Bernat Velvet Plus. I got 3 instead of 2 of this color because, again, so many cute gray animals. And I feel like so many of them would be also very cute in fluffy versions. So I went ahead and got them. So this is the color Vapor Gray, which the regular Bernette blanket also has a Vapor Gray color, which I think is pretty much the same color as this. This is just the fluffy version of it. So anyways, love this one. I'm super excited to make fluffy animals with the Velvet Plus. Alright, final type of yarn is Lion Brand, and it is A Star is Born Nap Time is what this is called. And actually these were a little cheaper than all the Bernette skeins. All the Bernette ones were, again, $6.97. These ones were $5.49, which I'm not sure off the top of my head how much these are regular price, but I'm pretty sure this is still a pretty good deal. So this is another yarn I've never tried before, and the main reason is just because it's a very thin chenille yarn, but I've honestly not been minding the super thin stuff recently. I feel like it's good for keychains and things like that that I've been also wanting to make recently. So I went ahead and picked this up just to give it a try, like I said. So again, each skein $5.47. So breakdown is these skeins are 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 306 yards, 280 meters, 100% polyester. Medium weight 4, suggest 4mm knitting needle or 5mm crochet hook, which I will say that is one of the good things about the really skinny, thin chenille yarns is you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck, because this is, again, way cheaper of a skein, $5.47, and then like the Bernette blankets are 220 yards each, and this is 306. So you're getting almost 100 yards more for $1.50 less. So anyways, got 2 in this purple color, and this is lilac. So 2 in lilac. And then we have 2 in this light pink color that's just called pink. Then we have 2 in this darker blue that's called navy. And finally, we have 2 in this like mint color that's called pale aqua. So that is all for everything for this haul. All for this haul. I am gonna grab my receipt though and give you the final total of how much all of that was, because that was a lot of yarn for sure. So the total for all of that was $155.28. Without tax. With tax it was $166.16, which, like I said, they were all on clearance for almost half off, so I would have paid about like $300 for all of this if it was regular price. So definitely not bad. Still probably should have kept myself out of Joann, but it's fine. It's fine. It makes for a good yarn haul for you guys, right? Alright. Now on to the portion of this video that if you didn't click on this for the yarn haul, then the portion you've been waiting for. So I have a lot of life updates to share with you guys. First thing I just want to talk about is my tonsil surgery. This is actually the first video I'm filming in about a month. The last video that you guys saw last week was filmed, the very last portion of it was filmed like 2 days before my surgery, and that was the last time I filmed. Since then, for reference, my surgery was May 15th, so I think I filmed like May 13th was the last time. So it's almost been a month since then, because today is June 5th, so pretty crazy to think about. I've been out of my normal routine and normal habits for that long. But I'm getting back to things now, and I did have those videos all pre-filmed and everything so that I would be fine for a while to not film, because obviously after getting your tonsils removed, my throat was very sore and my voice sounded all weird and everything. So I'm like back to normal and all good, everything wise. I had my 2-week appointment afterward and got the all clear that everything was looking, as good as it could get, and I was good to go back to all the normal things, back to working out, back to eating pretty much anything I want. So yeah, no complaints there. The recovery was pretty rough, as I'm sure you know. I think it's pretty much common knowledge that anybody that has to have their tonsils out as an adult or like in your late teens, it is not fun. It's a lot easier if you do it as a kid, but unfortunately I did not know that I needed them out as a kid. But I will say I'm glad I went through with it, because I was even having a hard time swallowing, especially if I had any sort of like seasonal allergies going on or was full blown sick. I had a lot of problems swallowing, and it took me like twice as long as it should have to eat, because I had to like chew everything, and then anyway, you guys don't want to hear about that. But I'm very glad I went through with it and am doing so much better now since then. So that's my update on that. And then I would say things are going to be back to normal now because, surgery's done and I'm recovered, woohoo. But that's the main update, is that things are going to be a different kind of normal, because I don't know what normal to really expect anymore. As you guys might know, first off, I am working toward my associate's degree. I have 2 classes this summer that I'm completing to have that associate's degree done, and then after that I am going to work towards my bachelor's degree, which will be more than 2 classes a semester most likely. If I decide to do full-time school. If I'm only doing part-time, then maybe it'll only be 2 or 3 classes at a time, but still, either way, school is obviously going to have to be a priority. And then I'm also making the decision, it's a very hard decision, but making the decision to not do being creative as my full-time job anymore. I think most of you know that it has been my full-time job for 4 years now. Well, 3 years now, actually. I started it like 4 years ago, but 3 years now it's been my full-time thing, because right out of high school it was my full-time thing, and I graduated exactly like 3 years ago, which is crazy. It's been my full-time job, which I've been very grateful for a long portion of time. I was not even making full-time income, even though it was my full-time job and was even more hours than a full-time job. I would say like last year, especially towards the end of last year, when I was having a lot of good markets consistently and all of that, I was making more of a full-time income from it, and things were going well. And then things since then have declined because I decided to step away a little more. I think I got too comfortable, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to word things, so I apologize if I'm like just look like a deer in headlights. But yeah, I got comfortable. I was making a good amount. I wasn't comfortable to the point where I obviously wasn't working or anything, but I was comfortable with the amount I was making, and I think not challenging myself to do new things and continue with new things and all of that. And then I also decided to start prioritizing myself more. I was like, okay, the business is kind of making a good amount of money, kind of what I've been hoping for a long time, so I'm gonna get into working out, and I'm gonna maybe actually take some time off and not crochet every single day, and I'm gonna start cooking and eating better and trying to sleep the full amount and all of that stuff. And then it felt like as soon as I did all of that, things just went like downhill. And with that realization came the realization that it's not really sustainable for me to do as my full-time job. I know there's plenty of people that do crochet or do YouTube or whatever as their full-time job, and it's great for them, and it was great for me for a long time, but it's just not anymore. And ultimately I'm looking for more stability. So even during the like good months where I was making a good amount, it was all dependent on making sure I had 2 videos a week posted, making sure I had 2 to 3 markets a month, making sure I had a specific amount of inventory at each market to reach the goal of how much I need to make at that market. Or if I didn't do well at that market, sign up for another one to cover what I didn't sell at the previous one. It's just not sustainable, and it's turned crochet into something that I don't love as much as I used to, and I hate that, because obviously turning your hobby into a business is the ideal thing, and I'm sure there's this, probably all of you watching this are like, if I could turn my crochet into my full-time business, I would never give that up, you know, and that was my thought process as well. Told myself I wasn't gonna cry during this video, but here we are. But yeah, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to give up, and it's a hard thing to come to terms with, that your dream job that you've been trying to work and make a full-time income off of for so long, you finally got to the point where you were doing well and making that amount of money that you hoped for, and then that only lasted for a short little piece of time because you decided to finally try to prioritize yourself for once, and then all of it came crumbling down. It's a hard thing to come to terms with, obviously, and then come to terms with the fact that, okay, I have to figure out something else. What do I even want to do with my life? Crochet is the only thing I've ever been like, yeah, this is what I totally want to do. So now it's like okay, well, what do I want to do that's not crochet? So, as I'm sitting here filming this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Things are up in the air. I know I'm still going to continue with Katie Being Creative. Katie Being Creative is not going anywhere, ever. Katie Being Creative is just going to become my side hustle, my passion project, my hobby again. And either I'll be in full-time school working full-time, or part-time school working part-time, or some sort of combination of school and work. So Katie Being Creative is going to be a secondary thing, or a third thing, I guess, because those things obviously have to be prioritized. So I know you guys will understand. You're always so sweet to me. I feel like I can't even make eye contact with you guys. I'm sitting here staring at my slipper. As far as how things are gonna look for you guys, because I'm sure that'll be like the #1 thing you're curious about. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what job I'm gonna be working. I'm applying and interviewing for a ton of different things, and kind of just going from there to see what I'm interested in. Maybe work a job for 6 months. If I don't like it, move on to something else type thing. So yeah, as far as like, I can't say, okay, I'm gonna be working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, so then I'll have Saturdays that I'll edit a video and post it on Sunday. Like, I can't say that to you guys because I just don't know. And I also don't want to hold myself to that, because that's the goal of like making Katie being creative a hobby and crochet in general a hobby again is I don't have to have any specific things I have to do other than go to my regular job and finish my schoolwork. I don't want crochet to be like, I have to get this crocheting done. My camera overheated, so I have no idea where I left off, but just essentially I don't know what the future holds, and I'm trying not to hold myself to any sort of, I have to post this many reels, I have to post every single Friday on Instagram, or not Instagram, I mean YouTube. But essentially I'm just trying to set myself free, I guess you could say, and not hold myself to any sort of expectations of I have to get X amount of videos done or post however much on Instagram, whatever. I'm going to post and create as I feel like it, and I hope that is okay with you guys. I hope you will choose to stick around and still see what I am going to be sharing with you guys. I still have markets coming up. I still will be crocheting, of course, so I will still record and share with you guys as much as I can. Just like I said, I have no guarantee of it'll still be every single Friday, or like I said, I have no idea. But I really do just want to say thank you for being here and thank you for supporting me, whether you are seeing me for the first time ever on this video or you have watched every single one of my videos. I appreciate you being here, and like I said, I hope you will choose to stick around, but honestly, no hard feelings if you don't, because there's a lot of YouTubers I watch that if they post consistently, I watch them consistently. If they don't post consistently, I end up kind of trailing off, and I hope that's not what happens, but if it is, it is. Yeah, I don't know. Things are just gonna be different, and yeah, different is okay. Different is good. Change is good. Who knows? Maybe I'll be more inspired than I ever was before to create videos, and I'll still end up posting once a week. Or maybe I will decide some other form of content and you guys will get to see that. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you being here. And yeah, that is all for me. So as of right now, this is the last video I'm filming until I want to film another video. So I don't know when that will be, how long that will be, anything like that. Instagram's definitely the best place to stay updated with me if you aren't already following me. Katie Being Creative over there for my regular crochet page, of course. And then if you really, really want the personal nitty-gritty inside details, Katie Being Not So Creative is my second Instagram page, and I share my day-to-day life over on my Instagram stories over there. I actually have highlights saved on my Instagram stories that are numbered. So I think I'm on like number 20 or 21 or something right now. So if you go back to number 1, it's from like this time last year, I think is when I started that page. So you can watch pretty much my whole life in the past year. And everything I've chosen to share with you guys over there. So it's a lot. I come on there and cry sometimes, and I come on there and give you guys all of these updates and even more. I've been talking about interviews I've had and all kinds of stuff as well over there. So if you care to see that side that's an option as well. But also, you know, no hard feelings if you're just here for the crochet and that's all you care about. But anyways, that is all for me. I'm gonna go ahead and end off today's video because I've been chatting for too long. But yeah, this isn't a goodbye or anything. This is just a see you whenever I see you. Hopefully it won't be too long in between videos, but like I said, I can't guarantee anything because I just have no idea what my future holds, but it's still gonna be exciting no matter what. So anyways, thank you guys for being here, and I shall see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. Goodbye.